Did you know that in Toy Story 3, Sunnyside Daycare has security cameras that can see all the toys at all hours of the day? But why are the cameras pointed at the toys? This either means that the security guard knows the toys are alive and just isn't telling anyone, or that they installed security cameras and then didn't hire security guards. I mean, why should a daycare have so many cameras? Did you know that in Monsters University, in the final scene we can see Mike has lots of notes for himself to not forget paperwork. However, in Monsters Inc., he always forgot doing it. If Mike was the best and smartest student in Monsters University, then how does he forget doing the paperwork so much?
You didn't turn in your paperwork last night.
Did you know that in The Incredibles, Helen calls her friend Snug to get a plane? Originally, Snug had so many more scenes in the movie. He was supposed to fly the plane and die when it explodes. But Pixar decided it wasn't good for children movies. So all that remains of his character is an image and 2 sentences. Did you know that in Lion King, not a single roar is from an actual lion? The filmmakers wanted each character to have its own specific sound. So the legendary voice actor Frank Welker provided all the roars using a trash can. Did you know that in Megamind, when Megamind scans the warden, his voice changes?
You were right.
I'll always be a villain.
But when he scans Bernard, his voice doesn't change.
Oh yes, it's just me, Bernard.
But why? The answer will be in the comments down below. Did you know that in Monsters Inc., in the end of the film, when the identity of number 1 of the CDA is revealed, number 0112 is shown twice. Once standing next to Roz and then on the opposite side of the room next to Sully and Mike. Did he teleport in the room? Did you know that in Tangled, in the early robbery scene, Flynn gets the attention of the guard on purpose? This is because he wants them to chase him to get the other thugs. By doing this, he was able to get the other 2 arrested and make off with the crown. Did you know that in Lion King, Scar is the only lion to have his claws out in every scene? This symbolizes his role as a villain and bad nature throughout the film. The other lions are seen with their claws out only during battles. Did you know that in Turning Red, when May goes back home, her mother who is praying has 4 sticks in her hand. She hands 3 to May, so she should have 1 stick left, right? But in the next scene, she still has 3 sticks left. How? Did you know that in Inside Out, the writers considered 27 different emotions at first, but then decided to cut it to 5 to make it much more simple. The emotions that were cut included surprise, pride, and trust. Did you know that in Big Hero 6, a lot of thought was put into the lovable character Baymax? In fact, the speed of his blinks was chosen carefully. The Baymax blink takes 9 frames, but the longer it takes for him to blink, the longer he's processing something. Did you know that in Up, during the film, Carl and Ellie break their Paradise Falls savings jar in order to pay for Carl's hospital bill? This is actually a fun reference to the fun fact that the American healthcare system is literal garbage. Did you know that in Luca, when Luca and Alberto see the price tag of the old Vespa, the currency symbol on the price tag is a British pound, but the movie takes place in Italy. The Italian currency symbol looks the same but with 2 strike-throughs, not 1. Did you know that in Toy Story, when Woody tells Buzz that he's a toy, Buzz responds,
"You are a sad, strange little man."
This line is repeated in Santa Claus 2. Both characters are played by Tim Allen. Did you know that in Beauty and the Beast, everything that you hear from Monsieur Dark is from Tony Jay's first audition for the movie? The filmmakers realized his first audition was perfect, so they used his first audition and just mailed him his check. Did you know that in Minions Rise of Gru, in one part we can see Gru blasting everyone with his cheese ray gun? This was a reference to the first time we saw Gru in Despicable Me 1 in 2010. Did you know that in Cars, the man in charge of naming animations in Pixar got a $300,000 bonus for just coming up with Cars? The fun part is that he makes over $700,000 a year. Did you know that in Inside Out, almost all of Riley's memory balls are parts taken from other Pixar animations? That's kinda odd because if you pay attention enough, you can see Carl and Ellie in Riley's memories. Did you know that in Toy Story 3, in one scene, Buzz grabs a lunchbox of the $6 Million Man, a 1970s TV show. This is a reference to the director Lee Unkrich because it was his favorite childhood movie. Did you know that in Beauty and the Beast, Gaston used his bow in the final confrontation with the Beast instead of his weapon? This is because it is raining and the gunpowder would have gotten wet, making it useless. Did you know that in Monsters Inc., Randall's scare coach Jeff Fungus has a unique helmet? It has these brackets that are connected to his glasses. Without the brackets, his glasses would fall off because he has no ears. Did you know that in Minions Rise of Gru, the film takes place in the 70s? There's a very quick nod to the Mad magazine with Richard Nixon in the cover. That was also very famous in the 70s. Did you know that in Turning Red, in one scene you can see an Easter egg sign for the Pixar short Bow, which won the Oscar for the Best Animated Short Movie. Both of these were directed by Dami Shi. Did you know that in Toy Story 2, when the tour guide Barbie says,
"The retailers did not order enough dolls to meet demand,"
because of the huge success of the movie in box office, all the toys were sold out immediately. Did you know that in Big Hero 6, the desk officer has a lot of strange items on his desk? One of them is the picture of Bolt, and next to it is an old lady also seen in that movie. Did you know that in Turning Red, the Pixar writers set the movie in a Canadian school? Because if American students saw someone turn into a red panda, they would just shoot it. Did you know that in Megamind, whenever the camouflage watch is used, the eye color of the user changes to green? That's because Megamind has green eyes and the watch can't camouflage the eyes. Did you know that in Minions Rise of Gru, in one of the scenes behind one of the minions there's a familiar character? That's Balthazar Brat, the villain in Despicable Me 3. Did you know that in Big Hero 6, when Hero uses the microbots, they sound like Legos snapping together, but when Callahan uses them, they sound like Rattlesnake? Did you know that in Monsters University, the address on Dawn's business card is 1200 Dark Avenue? This is a reference to the address of Pixar's headquarters in Emeryville, California. Did you know that in Minions Rise of Gru, John Claude, one of the main villains of the show, is designed just like Alex, which was another villain from Clockwork Orange? Did you know that in Kung Fu Panda, Oogway uses a peach to represent Po in his conversation with Shifu? This is a reference to the fact that Po is very thick. Did you know that in Big Hero 6, Baymax's movement, posing, and style was modeled after studying the movement of a baby, because Baymax is just born into this world? Did you know that in Cars 2, in the second race in Italy there's a car pope, implying there was a car Jesus who was crucified for car sins? Did you know that in Toy Story 2, while a couple of A Bug's Life Easter eggs were shown, this one was missed by most of the fans? If you look close, you can see it. Did you know that in Finding Nemo, in one of the scenes we can see that the dentist attended the Pixar University School of Dentistry, which is a very cool Easter egg? Did you know that in Cars, Mater's birth date is January 12, 1957, the same day John Lasseter, the director of the movie, was born? Did you know that in Wreck-It Ralph, at the end of the movie there's an IP address listed in the credits? This IP address belongs to Disney Studios in Burbank, California. Did you know that in Up, Doug is the only dog that finds the bird? All the other dogs are guard dog breeds, but Doug is a golden retriever. Did you know that in The Incredibles, when the family is fighting, there's a parked blue car in the background? Turns out this was an Easter egg for Pixar's next movie, Cars. Did you know that in Minions Rise of Gru, in one of the scenes the blue villain is on the right side, but in the next scene he's on the left side? How? Did you know that in Finding Nemo, when Nemo first looks out of the tank after being captured, you can see Buzz Lightyear lying on the floor? Did you know that in Cars, there's a sign for the city of Emeryville? In real life, Pixar Studios is also located in the city of Emeryville, California. Did you know that in Inside Out, the birds shown in the beginning of the movie are from another Pixar movie called For the Birds? Did you know that in Big Hero 6, Yama has the Japanese symbol for Yama meaning mountain on the back of his shirt? Did you know that in Big Hero 6, Hans from Frozen can be seen on the most wanted board at the police station? Did you know that in Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear uses the Vulcan salute to wave goodbye to the other Buzz Lightyear? Did you know that in Turning Red, May's grandmother hates the number 4 and believes it's unlucky? This is because in Cantonese, the number is similar to the word for death. As a result, in many East Asian cultures such as Taiwan, Japan, Korea, and China, the number 4 is considered unlucky. In these areas, if you step onto an elevator, you probably won't see the 4th floor button. Most apartment buildings and hospitals skip the number. In Beijing, it's not even possible to get a vehicle license plate that has the number 4 on it. And in Singapore, the Alfa Romeo Model 144 car was changed because citizens were scared to buy it. It's the same reason Nokia and OnePlus phone models don't start with the number 4. Did you know that in Frozen, when Elsa's powers are revealed to the people, the whole town is terrified thinking that their queen is some kind of monster. This causes Elsa to run away to her ice castle, but after the sisters defeat the evil Hans, the town cheers for her. But why? She has done nothing to change their minds about her powers. The town don't even know that Hans was plotting against Anna and Elsa from the beginning. So what happened? Did you know that in Wreck-It Ralph, King Candy's code box is more messy and disorganized compared to others? This is because he has hacked himself into the game. The Winner's Cup node has a simple in and out process for all the coins, whereas King Candy's node has no logic and wires spun around like spaghetti, much like a malicious virus abusing the logic of the game.